Get ready for hot takes and insight from local industry experts in real estate, business, and lifestyle. He used to play ball with the Padres. He played hockey for the Lobos. Now they're crushing it in the real estate game. Together, they'll showcase the best of the Duke City. This is All About YouABQ.
This is one of those episodes, fuck it. Hey, guest canceled today. We're going rogue. We're going off of the whole, the whole segment that we, outline, and we're going to
like very organic, right?
Let's organic.
Let's go back to our roots.
This show started in a basement of a couple of guys eating hot chips and just going off the cuff. And I feel like that's where this epi is headed. We're not going the full 30. We might give you 30, but
we might. But let's talk about our alerting. We are very funny if we are off the cuff.
That's at least what our sponsors say. All zero of them. Hey, I'm Skip Adams, owner of Sold by Skip Real Estate Brokerage here in Albuquerque.
Potato chips,
yes,
and corn nuts, and bush beans.
The old family recipe.
Don't say anything, dog.
No, it's funny. Speaking of just a different style weekend, so Memorial Day weekend is a 3-day weekend, and usually, when we were younger, it was more like Operation Blackout. Let's go do some fireworks or whatever it is, and run around, go to pool parties, go to Vegas, whatever it was. But now it's like I worked all 3 days doing the real estate thing. And then we had a little backyard barbecue with the kids, and it was like playing in the splash pad, and everybody went to bed by 7.
That's good. That's good. But look, I wish we had old footage of us in the Memorial Day weekend of me freaking out with No Tooth In and seeing Just Blaze, the famous DJ. That's what used to happen in our old.
You had brought up a fun story talking about my bachelor party. You were talking about other guys. So I just remember that whole thing. We were in San Diego for the bachelor party, and at the pool party, who did we see? You went absolutely nuts.
It was Just Blaze.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So Just Blaze, the guy that was responsible for all the Cameron songs and many, Kanye, Jay-Z. I couldn't believe I saw him in person. I don't freak out. I think that stars are just like people. But when I saw him, I'm like, oh my God, here he is. And
in a bikini.
And your best friend out there, DJ Kurtz, shout out again, knew him. And TJ had to pull me back. He's like, dude. And I'm like, I'm normally not like this. But this guy's responsible for so many songs that I love. So anyways.
Yeah, so we went from hanging out with DJs at pool parties to splash pads and burgers in bed by 7.
Just handing out SpongeBob cupcakes, yeah.
No, but I wanted to talk about this because one thing, I did show property, did do open houses all weekend. We had this fantastic property over by La Cueva. And so one of the conversations that I'm having with sellers is, your property is never going to be more attractive to buyers than it is that first weekend it's on the market. Buyers are going to have fear of missing out. There's going to be a ton of people at the open house. It's going to be this whole frenzy that really builds up the allure of this property, and it's going to make the buyer want more, pay more. And so getting to that point, right, it was what do we do to lead up to this weekend when we actually launch the property? Okay. And there's so many systems and people involved, the photographers, the videographers, the editors, and then also just cultivating relationships going back 6 months, getting to this point where we actually launched the property.
Okay.
So where I bring this full circle is I got into kind of an argument with somebody that came through the open house. And it was a buyer. It was a buyer. And he goes, well, listen, we want to buy this house, but we don't need an agent. And I'm like, okay, great. Well, do you want to submit an offer? He's like, yeah, we'll submit an offer. So how do I do that? And I'm like, well, you get with your agent, or we can help you write an offer. He's like, yeah, you can write an offer, but you're not getting paid on it.
What?
And I'm like, what do you mean?
Already, I'm so mad about this.
This is how you start your negotiation. You want me to write you an offer. You don't want to get paid. You don't want to pay us for it. So I was like, let me just clarify. So you want representation without compensation? He's like, well, this house is selling itself. It'll sell today.
Then get the fuck out of here, right?
Exactly. So basically, so I looked at him, I go, but it had me thinking, yes, this house is going to sell in 2 days for a record price in the neighborhood. But guess what? I didn't just roll out of bed and sell it. I've been working on this motherfucker for 6 months to get it to this place, to have it, to have every flower manicured in the front yard, to have multiple buyers going up and up and up bidding, and then you walk in and go, yeah, I want it, and I don't want to pay full price, and I don't want you to get paid.
Yeah, and I want to use you. But I don't want to pay you. Like, what is
You're
up with that?
You're overpaid for everything that you do.
Okay, cool. So what do you want me to do? Can you walk into anywhere and go, I don't need you? Like, no, get the fuck out of here.
I don't need you, but I need you to ring this up. But also, don't ring it up.
Like, you know, I'm not a real estate agent, but it bugs me. The premise upon this whole thing really bothers me, to have people going, I want to give you nothing and I want the most. That's what this is.
Well, and I understand where they're coming from. Like, as a seller, if you've bought and sold properties in the past and you've got a clear understanding of what the timelines are and what the liability is and how it goes, you can do a for sale by owner. I've bought and sold properties by myself before without, you know, entering into agency, whatever it is. But coming from the buyer side, I think that there's so much misinformation in the headlines right now about commissions and where things are going in our industry that people walk in and they just think that they have the answers to go, I want you to work for free because I read that you're overpaid.
Well, the thing is that these are liberties no one has ever had. And now they want all the liberties. It's like you haven't been used to anything. And I'll be very educated right now. It's called what's happening is the antithesis of the J curve. The J curve says that once you have been allowed liberties, you will always want them. There is no liberties that have been exacted before. So like, I don't know what everyone's expected or feel like they're cheated upon. There is no J curve. We have always been used to this. So for you to go, I don't want to pay you anything. You know how nervy, like that's audacious. The word is audacious. To go, I don't want to, hey, servant, I'm going to pay you nothing. Like, that's so unreasonable to me.
At the end of the day, you get what you pay for. And look, if
it's
you're
called
not gonna,
Redfin. Redfin, put me on blast. Go on me. You're called Redfin. There goes that.
So anyways, that was kind of, you left a bad taste in my mouth. And, you know, we had this in-depth conversation. You ended up just slamming the door, running out, slamming the door.
Yeah, cool. Don't buy this fucking house.
Yeah, we already have 5 offers. But
cares?
Just going back to, homes do sell in 2 days, but it's all in who represents you in the transaction matters. How did we get to that point to sell it in 2 days? Like,
is there no people involved?
Yeah.
So is there just a house that exists and then people just shuffle in and buy it? Like, there are some people involved in this transaction, and it's like wrongful to treat them like, I don't have to do this. No one has to do anything. I don't have to do anything. I can just sleep in my bed and light my house on fire. Like, no one has to do anything.
But keep in mind, when you are hiring a real estate agent, whether you're buying or selling, you're hiring not only me, you're hiring the systems that I've built since 2005, and you're hiring the team that I have in place, my networking, and my list of buyers, my list of sellers that are going to help get this transaction and get your property sold in 2 days for the most money possible. So that's my rant for the day, and I just, I felt like that was something that's very much in the zeitgeist when it comes to real estate headlines and what's going on.
It kind of fires me up because, like, look, I don't have a dog in the fight per se, but it bothers me when people want the most and want to, like, exact the least. Like, give me a break. And I think that people get really lost in their rights. And so, like, if you could get people really fired up about whatever their profession is, and they have so many, like, grievances, well, like, let's like purpose them in yours. Like, should you get paid for nothing? If you have your job, if you're a W-2 person, like, shouldn't you get paid? Like, people just get lost in rights and think that people should work for nothing. Would you like to work for nothing? That it bothers me. It bothers me.
Yeah. Anyways, there was one guy, and I want to share this clip from Instagram. There was one guy in Albuquerque downtown that was really just bugged about this whole thing. And so,
like, on your side or not on your side?
But hold on, listen to this. So downtown Albuquerque, downtown Albuquerque has a statue of Bumblebee. Are you familiar with Bumblebee?
He was so bothered. Here's what it cost.
Mark, roll this clip. Well, first of all, what the fuck is going on?
Here's what he was up in odds about the real.
I want to be able to comment over this, Mark. Can I talk?
Yeah, we better be able to. This might be our best episode ever.
Look at this guy, bro. This is the guy that wanted me to write an offer for
someone
him.
set up a ladder?
The fire department had to come get him down.
I actually have a story about.
Well, hold on.
Not.
Because the crazy thing is, look at this guy. First of all, Albuquerque has a giant robot statue downtown. This is where our money goes. But the funny thing is,
this guy boning himself?
Yes, he was boning this guy. But the funny thing is, what makes Albuquerque so different is that when the cops rolled up, they didn't just roll up in a normal police car. Because that's not how we do it in Albuquerque.
And 18 Palominos.
Roll it.
Yeah. Mark
Mark
overdoses every episode.
Here's what makes Albuquerque's police department a little bit different.
Albuquerque cops are doing things a bit differently with their new lowrider patrol car that features hydraulics and a trunk filled with speakers. This community collaboration
That's the guy that pulled you over?
isn't just about wheels and sirens. It's about steering towards a fresh connection, one lowrider at a time. Albuquerque.
Coño.
Yeah.
Coño.
You know what I like about that is they have dumbed down. They're like, oh, so you want people to respect you, show up in the same car you rolled up in. Look at that. No chance. Is that the guy that rolled up on the guy boning himself a bumblebee?
Yes. Yeah, I got on the hood ornament and started grinding.
This is our travel and tourism video promotion.
Oh my God, this is all about YouABQ, man. Yeah, one time Grant and I were hanging out, and he looked at me. He's like, "Oh shoot, I'm late for traffic court. I'm like, "You're in traffic court again, or traffic school? He had to go to
traffic school at St. Pius.
Yeah, St. Pius Traffic School.
St. Pius X.
And I'm like, wow, that sucks, man. We're having a good time. And he's like, oh, why don't you just come with me to traffic court? And I'm like, should I go with you? Is this a good idea?
We were not doing well.
Anyways.
I went, came back.
I decided not to go.
Actually, they give you a 15-minute break.
Came back, recharged, go back to class.
Poke, skip in the head. Actually, and then you went with me to Lobo hockey practice, and all my team was like, "What is this guy doing here?" And I go, "Easy, he's my friend."
He's really good at hockey. You look at his pads, all backwards. Oh
no, let's while we're going
look at our evolution.
What?
Yeah, go.
Evolution. Yeah, Mark, if you haven't overdosed for the third time. Put up the photos I sent to you. All right, so let's do a haircut review.
My new fucking haircut.
Right, so this is 2016.
Yeah.
My hair was okay. This is recently.
No, that was yesterday.
Skip looked great. There's Skip like how many? A few months ago.
This is all right. Wait, where's my high and tight? That's it.
That's your. Do you like this haircut though? Don't move on. Mark, don't move on. Hang on. God. Okay. Do you like this haircut?
This one that's on the screen? Or the one I'm wearing?
No. This one, dude. We're doing the review.
That's my summer cut. I go high and tight.
Do you like it or not?
I love it.
Okay. That's okay. That's fine. Okay. Mark,
next.
Go. Yeah. What do you think? I actually like my hair the best this way.
That way?
Yeah.
We have the same haircut.
Yahweh's haircut. Do you
know why I like it short on the sides? Because it's so gray when it gets long.
Oh. I don't suffer from much gray. I'm sorry. I don't. I was blessed. Yeah, that's our car review.
That's why you guys were tuned in to Channel 27. One other thing, we're going to slide into a Skip's Tips here, and I want to kind of go through this. So, a couple of things, right? As we jump into this transition into the Skip's Tips, this is going to be more of a conversational Skip's Tips, but Skip's Tips, of course, anything that saves us time, makes us more money, allows us to have more fun.
Divorces.
Real estate, real life, yada, yada, yada. Right, so if you're thinking about selling your home this year, there's 5 expenses that you need to prep for, okay? Hey, it's Skip Adams, owner of Sold by Skip Real Estate, the Albuquerque real estate guy.
Mark is making noises.
And
throwing me
just
off.
keep in mind that first impressions leave lasting impressions. So here's the first cost you're going to encounter when you have to sell your house, and that's prep costs. So finish old projects, get your paint and your carpet lined up, as well as your curb appeal, because when buyers come in, That's the first thing they're going to see. So costs to keep your home, get your home updated. Number 2 are repair costs. So even once you're under contract, you can budget at least 1% of the purchase price to go towards repairs. See, the buyer's going to do repairs on the property, and they're going to find things that like plumbing, electrical, stuff behind the walls that you didn't know of. So budget at least 1% of the purchase price because the buyer's going to ask you to make repairs or concessions. Number 3, moving costs. Keep in mind there's 3 different times you're going to be moving. Moving stuff to the dump, moving stuff to Goodwill, and then moving stuff into your new house. So we have a list of vendors that can help you get moved in, do junk hauls, do paint and carpet, whatever you need. And the next one, number 4, would be commissions. And this is something we talked about earlier in the episode, but keep in mind there are commissions that are going to be paid when you're buying or selling a property. There's always costs involved. And remember, you pay for what you get. So be sure to research reviews on the agent you're hiring and ask around and figure out which agent's going to be the best fit for you. And then, of course, the last one, number 5, would be closing costs. Now, as a seller, you're going to be responsible for title fees, escrow fees, and you can expect your closing costs to be about 1% of the purchase price. So those are 5 different things that you need to be made aware of when you're budgeting for that to sell your property. Keep in mind there's also an additional cost known as a holdover cost. Say, for instance, you close on the sale of your property, but your replacement property is not quite ready. So you have maybe a week or so that you're going to have to stay in a hotel or an Airbnb. The good news is that our team offers an Airbnb to you, which is a furnished short-term rental, so that you can stay in it in the event you're in transition into your new property. Between that and our concierge service that will take care of rekeying locks, paint, carpet, moving, anything that you need associated with selling your property or buying a new one, that's all included. So who you work with matters when you're buying and selling a property. Comment below to find out more about our hassle-free process for getting your home sold for top dollar. Share this with a friend and tell them Skip said so.
So let's touch on that. Actually, the last tidbit of your Airbnb service is actually like differential between other agents. Like that's a. All right, Mark just held out. Let me be honest.
Mark, come out here.
Mark held out a 10-minute sign. We cannot fill this up. But what I do find to be remarkable is the offering of an Airbnb service, because like there are a lot of times where like things don't go right. Like maybe the loan doesn't close on time. Like maybe the house isn't ready. Maybe there's further negotiations. People are in limbo, right? And they're traveling and they need a place to stay. Like that's remarkable. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you had that.
Yeah.
That is a noticeable trait that you guys have. I didn't know that. That's very nice.
Where are we going for lunch, bro? This episode
let's
sucks.
just film like our lunch decisions.
All right. On this block, let's talk about it, because we've rotated through sushi a couple of times. Last time we did sushi was February 14th. I know that.
Can we talk about how this block sucks for food?
Does it though? There's more food on this block per capita.
Yeah. Can I bitch about the sandwich shop down the way?
Who, Stacks?
Like their sandwiches cost like $16, and then they go, oh, you want like a macaroni salad? Here's 3 droplings of macaroni. That's another $2.50. No, get effed. I'm never gonna.
That's a review.
I'm never gonna eat there, guys. Like the nerve of you. Like that was food hole.
That was a year and a half ago during season 1, and we still have a grudge against Stacks. And the guy that worked there was the biggest asshole too.
Both the workers were. But that's what happens when you're not like the owner. You go, I don't care. I'm gonna get shot tomorrow in prison, so here's your food. Is this gonna be the best episode we ever had? It might be.
Leave a comment in the section below if you want more of these.
We're coming to channel 27 though. because this place fucking sucks.
Mark, I think we're gonna wrap it up here, buddy.
Yeah, Mark, before the FCC?
Before the FCC pulls us.
Is it FCC, Mark?
The ACC, the ACC Pac-10.
The Albuquerque Country Club Golf Resort. Yeah. Fuck you.
All right,
Public.
listen. Hey, let's reshoot the intro. Hey, and Skip. What how's the intro go?
Yeah, what are you gonna do now? You're gonna like
what do you
try
think you
to
guys-
retake all the damage we've done?
Every Wednesday night.
We are not doing
Sunday
good.
morning on the Education Channel, and now worldwide on Channel 27.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
Ron Bell, I'm
Except
coming for you.
If a girl wants to lift imaginary weights before us, yeah, come check us out.
Stay tuned.
Do you
This
think
is
we
all about
give a fuck anyway?
YouABQ.
You're watching YouABQ.